Nobody wanna play victim. Blame everything on the system. Be a sad day when it hit them. Life could've been different if you would've listened to the information that we spit. Take it, keep it, chew it for a bit. Hold your head up, brother, never quit. Self-accountability, that's it. That'll get you all to the top. Then you really ball till you drop. Economic growth, man, I'm here to stir the pot. Say you wanna hear the truth, so I put it in the box. Changing the culture every day of the week. Right now it's more like a vulture. Only prey on the weak, but we are here to expose ya. Going down as I speak. No excuses, can't refuse this honesty that we seek. Y'all be like, facts are racist. Why I say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it. Facts are racist. Why I say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it.
13-year-old girls twerking on TikTok. You saying he just wanna learn how to crip walk. If you ain't talking about sex, then kick rocks. All they care about the chains and the wrist, watch the goddess change. This is something only God can change. Don't get mad at me when I complain about how 4 and 5 black women are beasts. Half of the murders us killing in the streets. Almost half of abortions too. This is a rap verse, but this is a warning too. And go against God like there's nothing more to do. But y'all don't care, y'all just really want a voice that's new. Wanna gang bang, do drugs, wish drugs all above. Sell drugs till you in the jail cell, not a club. Now another single mother, cause we lost another brother. Sold to an undercover, kids gotta raise each other. This what you want for the future? Or are you trying to look cool on computers? Claim you a king, but blame the white man. When something bad happens, you feel like a loser. And keep voting the same way. Cause your parents did it too. Truth is your parents are ignorant too, and politicians know it, so now they got you.
We changing the culture every day of the week. Right now it's more like a vulture. Only prey on the weak, but we are here to expose ya. Going down as I speak. No excuses, can't refuse this honesty that we seek. Y'all be like, facts are racist. Why I say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it. Facts are racist. Why I say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it.
Banger, gotta bang. We the ones that put the words that's scrolling out in outer space. You don't want a war with stars, we all a problem. We the gang that took over these coordinates, don't bring it our way.
Fire, better retire. On the job, ain't no one higher. High up, see the hardest drivers. Galaxy fighters, alien siders. Out in the field, we left them signs. This is seismic, broke that ground, that's why we signed up. Zodiac signs, ain't no one
I'm a desperado, there will be no next to follow. Time I give them extra throttle, but I never need to flex it. Better when you exit, we shine like Apollo. And I got a whole list of accolades, I'm feeling like Milano. No rappers have got the motto, ayy.
Fire, burning all through my veins, aiming higher and higher. Enemies know my name.
Banger, gotta bang. We the ones that put the words that's scrolling out in outer space. You don't want a war with stars, we all a problem. We the gang that took over these coordinates, don't bring it our way.
This that make them wanna bounce. Tag them, bag them, going dragging, racking up the body counts. Breathing fire on my rivals, melting every single rifle. Burning cities to the ground, most are dead upon arrival.
Going down must be your FICO, no we're going at you like a hypo.
Allergenic, venomous viper, killing it sniper, in your vitals.
And echoing like a rhino, or etching them like a vinyl.
We unidentified flying in space force, you know the title. Ay.
Fire, burning all through my veins, aiming higher and higher. Enemies know my name.
Banger, gotta bang. We the ones that put the words that's scrolling out in outer space. You don't want a war with stars, we all a problem. We the gang that took over these coordinates, don't bring it our way.
Just give me 30 seconds, man.
This that make them wanna bounce. Tag them, bag them, going dragging, racking up the body counts. Breathing fire on my rivals, melting every single rifle. Burning cities to the ground. Most of this that make them wanna bounce. Tag them, bag them, going dragging, racking up the body counts. Breathing fire on my rivals, melting every single rifle. Burning cities to the ground. Most are dead upon arrival.
My thing was, what I said was defeating white supremacy
Yeah.
White people could create black supremacy, and this is what I'm talking about.
I feel like Terry Crews.
I feel like Terry Crews.
I became a target all simply for my views. I'm willing to go and die on this hill. Yeah, Terry Crews. I questioned BLM and that's all it took. Now they call me Uncle Tom, you ever read the book? I'm seeing black supremacy everywhere I look. Exposed the whole agenda, dog, and I left them shook. They coming for my head, now I'm speaking out. On the road to equality, ain't no different route. From Don Lemon and others putting words in my mouth. To the gatekeepers I still don't know anything about. That's the hard truth within the black race. Typecasted as a white man in black face. So they label me a traitor, a disgrace. That's why nowadays I feel like Terry Crews.
I feel like Terry Crews.
I became a target all simply for my views.
Simply for my views.
Stand on my beliefs, dog, that is what I choose.
That is what I chose.
Never back it down, and even if I lose,
Never take it
I'm willing to
down.
go and die on this hill.
Oh well.
Terry Crews. I became a target all simply for my views. I'm willing to go and die on this hill. Terry Crews.
Facts. I'm ringing the alarm, time to wake up. Wake it up.
40 acres, lot of ground for us to make up.
Wake it up.
All this violence that we see, we need to break up and understand that we all got a cross we can take up. But usually our community in this situation is cause we seeking unity without communication. We sprinkle in the media and their misinformation, and now we got communism running out through the nation. Talking about defunding all the police.
What you mean?
Got us marching, yelling no justice, no peace.
No peace.
Out here looting black businesses and slowly becoming the very thing that we said we are opposing. Wow. I swear we all just need a mirror. It's 2020, y'all, and it couldn't be any clearer. And if I tweet some things, I'm hoping they be a trigger
Yes, sir.
to make you reconsider. I feel like Terry Crews.
I feel like Terry Crews.
Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. I am one of the two kings of the Rube Empire. I'm the Philosopher King, the Ivory Tower, the Mad Scientist Matt, and with me, the right hand of the kings, the
The
producer.
kick-ass Duke.
Yes.
The producer. The
kick-ass
Dusty.
Duke. Dusty.
I need some
How you been?
metallic, like some heavy metal. Dusty.
Yes,
The Dusty.
it's a little death clock.
Yes. I love that show.
That was a great show.
That was one that I
watched,
really
like-
do miss, and you can't find it anymore.
Yeah, I only watched like the first season and a half, maybe the first two seasons.
That's all
Need to
there
finish
is.
it. No, I think they did multiple seasons after that.
Really? I only thought there was 2 seasons.
No, I think that there's more, but don't quote me on
my
that, but I'm pretty sure that there's more.
Okay,
yeah,
well, I only saw 2 seasons, so
Yeah. You know what happened though? Most likely, we started families and stuff and didn't stay up that late anymore, and so we never saw it again.
possibly.
Oh man.
George, so, this is rather funny. I used to fall asleep, and then I don't know what it was, but I always woke up to when they started playing the intro music to Deathlock, and I'd wake up. Oh, I need to go to bed after this episode.
Yeah,
Watch the episode, then go to bed.
that's great.
It was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah,
Anyways,
for sure.
fun times. Fun times. So,
So yeah,
we had an interesting show yesterday, didn't we?
yes, it was very distracted, is what I would say.
Yes. Yes, we were just a wee little bit.
Yes. I don't know if it was great podcasting, but whatever. It is
Well,
what it is.
it's not like you
to
can
quote
put a little
the strong one.
screen at the bottom of it and
Yeah, we
display what
can't.
we're seeing because copyrights, even though everyone's watching it on multiple different stations, it
Yeah,
should be fair use.
I don't know how that works because I know during the election season, places like the Blaze or Daily Wire, they pay for access to the counts and stuff, and so I don't know if you have to pay for that ability to reproduce it, but then at the same time we're commenting on it while it's happening. So, is that what Louder with Crowder is doing? I have no idea.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
what it
really a
usually
matter
does.
of us not knowing and most likely not having the capital to make it
To
happen.
deal with it if it does.
Yeah, if
get
it does
hit.
cost money. But
That is kind of a thing. So there's a lot that happened that night. There's a lot that he talked about. There's a lot of stumbling and mumbling and a lot of Bruno
and
stuff.
not just on his part either. Yeah, not just, he wasn't the only one stumbling and mumbling. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi had her own share of weirdnesses.
What is
What
that?
was that?
What is that?
I watched the video because I wasn't watching at the time yesterday.
Did she have a
I watched the
stroke?
video of it. It was very. I mean, this is Good Morning Sunday morning all over again.
Like, Ray and I were both like,
I feel like she. I feel like she did what. Did you see what Chuck Schumer did, where he stood up too early?
yeah.
And almost
No,
clapped, but
there
then
it is.
caught himself, and then
Yeah.
sat down, and then a half second later, it was time to stand up and clap for whatever. First of all, it's all theater. Duh.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's no surprise. But it could have been that she stood up, and then realized that it wasn't, so she did something, and
Well,
it just
I'm just
really didn't work because she
I'm
was
just
probably
totally
drunk.
surprised she didn't rip any papers. I mean, I figured
Oh,
that's
no.
kind of what you do, You
No,
rip papers
do that
when
if
you're
you hate the
standing
guy.
behind the president.
You do that when you hate the guy with every fiber of your being, because he's not bought and paid for like you are. And
I'm not bought and paid for. Well,
No.
technically, I have been paid for, but I
Yeah.
keep paying for myself over and over again. So
No. I'm
It's a running
speaking in the "you" is a reference to Nancy Pelosi.
oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Then that makes a lot more
Sorry if
sense.
that was confusing.
And then, okay, so you watch clips of it. Did you watch Kamala Harris and those laser eyes in the back of his head? I mean, she just focused. There must have been like a dot or a laser something right
No,
back in the back
What
of
it
his head.
was,
'Cause
she was
just-
trying to beam she was trying to beam the teleprompter words directly into his head so that he didn't mess up. So if she could, she was using her psychic powers to make sure he didn't have any gaps, during the that he kept his lucidity long enough to give the speech. Although he did call Ukraine Iran, or Ukrainians Iranians.
Iran,
Yeah,
Iranians.
yeah, yeah. That
Is
was
somebody
good.
going to pee on him? Uranians.
And Kamala Harris has this look like, when he says it, you know.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up.
No, I lost focus for a second and he messed up.
Oh. Oh.
What's the deal with the burn pits?
The burn pits.
He makes this comment about, he's talking about veterans, I believe, and like they're them.
Oh, the fires and whatnot,
the
the
smoke,
oil fields and the
smoke
burn
inhalation
pits.
from burn pits. Like what is he talking about?
That is from actually the Iraq War from 1992 when they invaded Kuwait, and as they were retreating, they just lit everything on fire. If it could burn, they burned it, and just retreated back and burned everything. Well, the smoke was so bad, and none of the soldiers had gas masks. A lot of them developed emphysema and cancers and things like that just from all the smoke inhalation.
Not to mention the tests that they were the drug tests that they were performing on the soldiers. Yeah, that had
and
nothing
all
to
the
do with it either.
gases that Iraq was releasing, as well as the burn pits. So it's a combination of a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was not good. What does Deep State have to say? President Biden's stutter should not be mocked. It is not a sign of cognitive decline. His speech was impeccable. Impeccable. No, I'm
His
not
speech is
mocking him.
No, definitely not a sign of cognitive decline. No, for sure.
JBN cracked me up, dude.
So, it was plastic surgery scar that she's staring at.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, keep stuffing more brain in, hoping that more will work.
It's like Men in Black when he pulls his skin back. Is that better?
Your skin is falling off your bones. That's so funny.
What's amazing is that actor is the actor who played the Kingpin.
Yes.
In Punisher and Daredevil. Man.
Daredevil. And now one other movie. Hawkeye.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have to watch Hawkeye. I haven't seen it yet.
You don't have to watch Hawkeye.
I do.
No, you don't.
I finished Boba Fett.
Yes! Yes! The Rancor.
Yeah.
Love the Rancor.
Yeah, it was great. I didn't mind so much the whole whatever the Power Rangers episode. I mean, the chase through the streets was not as epic, but I thought it was supposed to. I got the feeling it was supposed to be kind of funny because of who was being chased. Yeah.
Yes.
So
And,
I mean, I didn't really have as much of a problem with the middle episodes. They weren't like great, but they weren't bad either. I wasn't like. Ugh.
So this is just a very nerd thing, and one of my best friends, Jason, brought this to light for me, and I had no idea what it was until he brought it to light. The administrator, I don't remember what his name is. What, the Twi'lek administrator?
Yeah, it's a Twi'lek, but whatever.
Twi'lek, thank you. I know how to pronounce it.
No, it's actually Twi'lek.
Twi'lek. Thank you.
Nah.
Canon is Twi'lek.
No.
Anyways. So, who is the actor that plays him? And what is he most famous for?
He's definitely familiar. I've seen him before, but I don't know.
Yes. What is his most iconic role?
Couldn't tell you.
Mike Hedron. Hello there, everyone.
Max
Yeah.
Headroom, you mean?
Yeah, Max Headroom. Excuse me.
Really?
Yeah, same actor.
Really?
Yes.
How old is that guy?
Late 50s, early 60s.
I mean, the things they do with movie magic, I would never have guessed that he was that old.
Or makeup. I mean, he didn't have to do anything physical to do
No,
that
yeah.
part.
But like his face was so smooth and
Yeah, well, that's just makeup.
yeah, but I mean, there's not much to prosthetics for a Twi'lek. On the face, I mean.
Yeah, there is. There's
What?
usually quite a bit. The head thing comes all the way down to their eyebrows.
Yeah,
And
that's
it comes down to their cheeks and down underneath here, and usually wraps around the neck. So most of the face is covered. All the areas where you'd see like your neck that shows a lot of age.
but they would still be
and
but all under the eyes, all around the mouth. It was totally smooth.
easily hidden by makeup.
No.
Dude,
Makeup's
watch
not going to do
TikTok
that.
once in a while.
Makeup's not going to
it's
cover all
astonishing.
of that.
Oh yeah.
No. It'll cover all kinds of blemishes and stuff, but it doesn't just cover wrinkles. Unless they're putting like, like a putty over everything.
Well,
Which
look
is
what
possible.
they did for look what they did for Luke. I mean, he looks like he's 40 years younger. I mean, that was some great makeup.
Such a douche.
Come on. Yeah, anyways. So, getting back to the State of the Union.
Yes.
After that nice little trip.
Diversion. We got to do what we got to do.
Yes, Twilight. And so Biden's in the middle of this speech, and he's talking about these burn pits and all these soldiers who are getting cancers and whatnot. And to be fair, his son did die of cancer due to that cause, supposedly. In the middle of that, we have a wonderful senator, and please remind me of her name.
Representative Lauren Boebert.
Thank you, Lauren Boebert. She is a superhero. He's talking about how these soldiers are getting covered by flags and being sent home in caskets.
Mm-hmm.
And what does she say?
She says, "You put them in there, 13 of them."
Lots of boos from one side of the room.
Oh, of course.
But
not just from one side of the room.
Such epic.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's referencing obviously the 13 soldiers who died at the airport bombing in Afghanistan. As we during that crap show. By the way, there's still Americans stuck in Afghanistan,
held captive there, as well as many people who were flat out. I don't know. Can you say that? Killed?
Yeah, we can say that.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I needed to say.
They were killed if they had English on their phones.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah.
But you know what? Whoopi Goldberg is upset.
Oh, is she? Boo-hoo. Guinan, go back behind the bar.
And Lindsey Graham apparently turned to Boebert and told her to stop. Who cares? The guy can go.
Not Whoopi.
The guy can cram it with walnuts. Goldberg says, "Don't talk about the military unless you really want to talk about the military. You can't do what they do. That's why we revere them, because they do the stuff we can't do. What are you talking about? She does revere them. Biden doesn't. As much as he says all this crap, he didn't care that. I mean, well, wasn't there also wasn't them the bodies coming back to America? Wasn't that when he was looking at his watch to see how much longer he had to be there? Yeah. Okay, so she goes, and the minute you poop on them like the last guy did, talking about those gold star families, talking about Mr. McCain as not being a hero. Who the hell do you think you are, little girl? Who do you think you are? She's not pooping on them. God, this woman is so dumb. Like, every time we bring her up, it's just astonishing how stupid she is.
She's
just
an
absolutely astonishing. Yeah. But there's plenty of actors and actresses who at least can present somewhat of a cogent thought. You know,
good point.
They may be wrong. They may be completely wrong.
Yes.
But at least they know a little bit about what's being talked about. Just a little bit. Now, there's plenty who are just dumb as a box of rocks. And she's one of them. But she's on this show where she's supposed to give her opinion on the news of the day. And she's a complete moron. And people clap her up. What in Boebert's response out loud had anything to do with her pooping on the military?
Nope, nothing.
Nothing. She was defending them against a president who couldn't give a crap.
Amen.
But will stand in front of the country during the State of the Union address and pretend that he does. Man.
Try to gain sympathy points for his son dying from cancer. And legitimately dying from essentially a tragedy.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have to be that way. They could have worn gas masks and whatnot, and they didn't have it. And it's a preventable loss. And I completely agree with that. However, she brings up a very good point of the men who died, those 13 soldiers who died, didn't have to die because of poor planning on his part.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely. Not just poor planning on his part. His whole team, his whole administration, everything about that was absolute crap. Then they go on. They mention that both Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene tried to start a "Build the Wall" chant during his talk about securing the border and whatnot. And then Sonny Host and another person on the show said, people have the freedom in this country to be classless and tacky. Damn right we do.
Yep.
Damn right
it's called
we
the First
do.
Amendment.
Yep. Here's the other thing. I'm sick of the left hiding behind civility when it suits them.
Yes. Like
they're the ones who killed civility. But anytime somebody who cares about freedom, and
truly cares about it.
Yeah, well, and I don't want to speak too grandiosely about Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene. They seem to be on the up and up, but we don't wholeheartedly trust any politician because ultimately they're politicians.
I don't agree with them 100%, but in this case, I do.
Yeah, I do. But I'm saying,
it's a case-by-case basis with anyone, with everyone. We disagree all the time on different issues.
Sure.
It's okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
I don't agree with all the politicians that I would vote for.
Sure.
That's part of being human and part of having a representative republic.
But here's what I'm saying.
I agreed with AOC with one time.
Actually, twice.
I agreed with AOC. Is it twice now?
It's been twice now, yeah.
Twice I've agreed with AOC.
Yes.
Once I've agreed with Nancy Pelosi. It happens.
Yes. But here's what I'm saying is that it's also there are a human tendency, especially in this in this day and age, to lift up people who appear to be on our side as as blameless, or like as paragons of everything that we believe in, and so like I don't want to. They got it right today, and they get it, and they seem to get it right a lot. But I'm also not going to lift them up as perfection, either.
No.
So, but either way, if you're on the right, and you stand up for what you believe in any way, shape or form, and you're a little uncivil about it, the left is gonna snap right at you. How dare you? Who do you think you are?
Right?
But
Yep.
they got zero problem with Code Pink infiltrating anything and making a ruckus, or BLM doing the exact same thing. They have zero problem. They'll be as classless and as tacky as they want to be when it suits them. And then when it suits them to be against that kind of behavior, they'll clutch their pearls with the best of them. And it sickens
It's
me.
as two-faced as you can possibly be.
I like watching British Parliament where they go to town on each other.
Yep.
It's
Heck, as entertaining as all get out? Canadian Parliament.
yeah, same deal.
When the conservative people were actually arguing with the it was so great with the what's his name, the president person,
Trudeau,
the
Prime
dictator in chief. Yeah, Trudeau.
the Prime Sinister.
Sinister.
Terrible.
Yes. When they were arguing flat out on the floor, calling him names, it's like, yes, this
Yeah.
is awesome. Can we get that
Yes.
here in the United States?
Yes, more of that. We have this like stuffy, like we're Americans, and I mean, if any culture is stuffy, it's British culture.
Right?
I mean,
It really is.
their humor is hilarious, but
Yes.
I mean, they're stuffy. They're kind of stodgy. They're repressed, and then we're over here, Americans, like culturally known to the rest of the world as being brash and uncaring and whatever. Even though like in terms of like charitable donations and stuff like that, we're the most giving of any country by a significant amount. So we actually care the most, and we're brash and uncaring. But like when it comes to our politics and the way our politicians have to act, it's like she spoke while he was giving a speech. Oh my God!
dare she?
How dare she?
Oh.
Steamed up my monocle. I was so fuming. It's like, what is that garbage?
Okay. And just out of curiosity, the people that came to accentuate some of his talking points
Mm-hmm.
that he wanted to thank, did any of them look like they actually wanted to be there?
No, but it's
You
not hard
had-
to figure out why.
Okay.
He has
the
the
last
lowest
time Trump did the-
approval rating in the world, ever, just about. So, like, why
But
would
it-
they want to be associated with him?
Because it's the State of the Union. It's the President of the United States. It's the office. When President Trump
I think that
gave
ship
his
has
last-
sailed, and God bless it. I think we should. I think we need to have less respect for our politicians. I'm not saying that we have no respect per se, although maybe I kind of am. But like They have this. There's this like level of awe and elitism that needs to go. Like, our founding fathers chose the title president because it was like a laughable title during the time period. Nobody, it wasn't a respected title. Now it became respected because America's great. And we did, amazing things on the world scene, and it's become respected. The leader of the free world and all that nonsense. But
I love JBN. He says it's an empty chamber pot.
But yeah, we have too much. These are just people. Let me put it this way: these are just people.
They're
people
just
like you and me. They're not experts. They're experts at lying to us and manipulating us, and generating wealth and power for themselves. Yeah. And they're
Name me one politician that went into office and left office poorer than when he went in. Can you name one?
Trump.
Dang it. Oh, that's good. That's true. Well,
It
he
is.
also didn't take a paycheck the entire time.
He didn't take a paycheck the entire time. His net worth did drop. His net worth, now his net worth is crazy high. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
But his net worth did drop. It wouldn't be the same as us going there,
Yes.
But still, he did
Lose money.
But then he's not
Becoming
a typical
president.
politician,
That's true. He said and did things that a politician would never do, and we're better off for it.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. We are.
Yeah.
Were.
Well, we were.
We were better off for it.
But COVID and the Biden administration has done a bang-up job of reversing that scenario.
Tell me, people, how are you going to enjoy your $3.70 a gallon?
Dude, can you believe the things he was saying about the economy?
He's pushing all of his mistakes onto Russia.
And then trying to gaslight us into thinking that, into believing him when he says that the economy is doing good.
Right?
Like,
I created, what was it?
What
7 million
madness.
jobs last year. No, you didn't.
What a
7 million
that's the
businesses
biggest load
opened
of...
up, reopened from COVID.
Yeah.
And
These are jobs that were shut down, and people are going back to the jobs that they used to have.
Correct.
Or
the
jobs are
they're not
being
created jobs.
reopened, and nobody's coming back to them because they're getting paid to stay home.
Yeah.
So, that's part of it too. It's such horse crap.
Yeah.
And
It's
we're all supposed
so-
to just, like, I don't know. And then Lindsey and people like Lindsey Graham are turning around and going, "Shh, have some respect." No.
I
The
have no
dude is
respect for that
destroying
clown.
this country. I have zero respect for that.
I have zero respect for the clown. I have zero respect in the vice clown. And I have zero respect for the clown and speaker of the clowns.
Did you hear Kamala, good old Kamala, on the radio? That clip of her on the radio, the
No.
morning before last night's State of the Union.
No. Oh, dear
Okay,
Lord. Was
so-
it golden?
It's pretty bad. I heard it on Glenn Beck this morning. So she's my phone's like blowing up. She is on this radio show, and the guy's asking her about the situation in Ukraine. He says like, you can't go on television or social media or anything and not hear about what's going on. with this war in the Ukraine. Can you lay? But for those who might not understand, can you lay it down what's happening in layman's terms?
In simple terms.
Yeah, in layman's terms. This is what she said. Okay, so Ukraine is a country in Europe. Okay. And it's right next door to another country called Russia. Okay? And Russia is a bigger country. And Russia thought it would be a good idea to take over the smaller country called Ukraine. And this is a bad thing.
Yeah.
That was her in-depth analysis in layman's terms.
There's so much wrong with that. It's
Well, it's just, I mean, at the very least, who does she think she's talking to? A 2-year-old?
No, because a 2-year-old might still understand some of those words.
We all understood those words, though.
Yeah.
Pathetic. I mean, this is who they think we are. They think we're dumb. They think we're as dumb as Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. Or as dumb as Whoopi Goldberg thinks we are.
No. I mean, as dumb as she is. They think we're as dumb as she is because we already established on multiple occasions that she's dumb as a box of rocks.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's really being insulting to the box of rocks.
It is. It is. But they're inanimate objects, so they don't have any feelings.
Yeah, that's true.
They?
So Deep State has a little chime in here. The supply chain needs to get cheaper and inflation will be solved. The Biden plan is solid. Now,
price controls. That's the way.
He talked
Always
about
works.
some of that stuff where he was complaining about corporate America needs to make things cheaper so it's less expensive, so inflation doesn't hit as hard. But they also need to pay a good wage, not a living wage, a good wage. And by the way, you're not paying enough in taxes. We need to raise your taxes. So how is a company supposed to make money? That's the whole point of a company, is to make money.
And let's be clear. There's a bunch of complete morons who think that making money means insane profits that just make people richer and richer and richer. And there is an element of truth to that. Obviously, the person who started the business, wants to make a really awesome profit off of it, right? They risked their capital. They risked a lot to make that business happen.
When you start a company, you literally risk everything. In one day, everything could be gone.
From experience.
I ran a company. I've started a company. I ran a company. I'm now managing a company. Every single day, if I don't show up to work, I don't make any money. I can't just go, oh, it's okay. Billy Joe Bob has got it. It's fine. It's all right. No, if I don't show up to work, nobody makes any money.
Now, but let's be honest, there are people who make a living off of starting businesses and having other people run them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They make, millions and, if not billions of dollars.
I'm not that person, but
no, you're not.
Most
but the bulk of businesses
there to make money.
The bulk of businesses aren't Amazon and Google. They're not Tesla.
No.
The bulk of businesses are you running a business. And like you even have personal experience of it one day just drying up and that was it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I owned a commercial moving company that moved furniture and housed furniture for interior designers. And I started the company in 2006. We were going like gangbusters. 2007, it was awesome. And then 2008 hit. And the housing bubble
you mean when the
just went.
government that had been messing with the banks, and then the big banks had been screwing people over with loans that they shouldn't have gotten, and then
housing prices were just...
cutting those loans into, or compiling those loans into big bundles, and then cutting those bundles up into little fractions and selling those off, and creating a gigantic bubble that burst and then cost you your business and your livelihood.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
I went from 97 clients that I was working with on a almost daily basis to 3 in just a matter of months.
Wow.
And I ended up having to get another job in order to pay for myself to do my job at my company. And that's how I wound up being a window cleaner.
Yeah. Deep State, another Deep State update. President Biden said, quote, "I think I have a better idea to fight inflation. Lower your costs, not your wages. This is a brilliant insight, admit it. Trump never thought of that."
You're right, he didn't.
So, okay, so we've established that there's a lot of risk, and so there's a lot of reward to there's potential
Sometimes.
reward for the business owner. But
Correct.
profits, like, and then that, not every business is Amazon and Tesla and whatever.
Yeah.
Secondly, the reason why the company wants profits is because they're thinking long term. So
Yes.
a good portion of those profits goes back into the company for the future.
Yep.
And for, more product or whatever it is that they're selling, it goes back into the people who are working there.
Yep.
It goes back into into product. It goes back into research and development for the future.
And more product.
Because they have to keep going,
Yeah. You're either
So-
growing or you're dying. It's one or the other. You're either continually growing and getting bigger and trying to do more, or you're dying and not doing anything. It's a very black and white kind of thing with business.
Yes. And so why, like, it doesn't work to lower your costs and keep your wages where they are
Right?
if you I mean, you have to look at what the margin is. What is margin? It's the difference between the cost of doing business and the amount of money you're getting for your products or services.
You know what the average margin is in the United States?
It's like a couple percentage points, usually.
1 1/4%.
Yeah, that's nothing.
1 1/4% is the margin. Walmart has 0.5%. That's their margin.
Now,
Now,
they're doing it on a massive scale, so
correct.
that 0.5% is a lot of money,
Yes.
but it's still razor thin
It's-
to the size of their operation. Like,
yes.
the fact that they're doing it on a massive scale means there's so, okay, the only way they can make as much money as they do is to do it on a massive scale. But because they do it on a massive scale, that 0.5 percentage point is razor thin. There's not much room to play in.
No.
So they can't just lower their costs and keep wages what they are, or just keep their costs the same and raise wages.
Yep.
It would be literally impossible.
You
And
have-
be a
okay.
solvent business. They'd be losing money doing business. How?
I talk to people all the time about
It's
living
such a
wage,
foolish
and
statement.
they always argue companies make these billions of dollars. They can afford to pay people. No, they can't.
What
The
companies are you
billions of
talking
dollars
about,
that
buddy?
You see, the billions of dollars you see is not the margin. They
Yeah.
take home millions of dollars, yes, not billions. Not unless you're Walmart, Google, Amazon, one of these just gigantic corporations.
And here's
With
the thing.
smaller companies.
Here's the thing. Jeff Bezos's billions isn't cash in his checking account. It's
stock.
It's the value of owning Amazon.
Yep.
The giant corporation that is. It's the real estate that Amazon owns. It's tied up in a bunch of different stuff. Now he could liquidate that and get the cash, but it would take time, you know.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, he has got tons of cash, tons and tons. But your understanding of the situation is so infantile. It's like I can't even laugh at it. It's depressing. You know, and I'm not saying that I've got like super depth on this, but I mean, I've thought about it for more than a second. You know? And it's clear that the people you're talking to have only thought about it for a second. They thought about
Not even that. They haven't even talked about it.
They
just said,
they
"Oh, that
they
sounds
just
like a good idea. Let's
absorbed
throw this
the
in."
talking point and immediately regurgitated it. They didn't consider it at all.
Yeah. They have. Okay. Joe Biden has never run a company. He's never done a job. The only thing he's ever done is suckle at the tit of government. That's it.
Which is
he's collected paycheck from us to sit there
through
and
force.
blah 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 blah.
Through the threat of
That's it.
violence, by the way.
Yeah.
His paycheck comes from us through the threat of violence.
Yes. And you can try to debunk that in any way you want. It's 100% true.
Yeah. You're just wrong if you think that that's wrong.
If
Sorry.
that's not the case, yeah. Try not paying your taxes for a few years and see where that gets you. If
Yep.
you don't go to jail, just wait. They'll come for you.
Yeah, they may just say, okay, you can pay it off. But what if you say to them, no, I'm not going to do that? Okay, then you're going to go to jail. Men with guns are going to come to take you away. And if you resist them, you will be shot.
Exactly.
Or
How
beat
is that
up,
not
or
a
tasered,
threat?
something like that.
How is that
Either
not
way,
a
it's
threat?
violence. Yeah. So yeah, the minimum. This is all tied together. The minimum wage thing, the you know, his ridiculous solution to inflation.
Yeah.
It's all tied together, and it's the minimum wage is what has helped get us to the inflation point that we're at.
Yeah.
Because
I would love to see the minimum wage disappear.
It's so
Just
simple.
disappear.
It's such a simple, you know, cause and effect scenario.
Yeah.
You raise
really
the
is.
cost of labor, the cost of goods goes up. If the cost of goods goes up, the living wage minimum, right, has gone up now. And why? Because you raised the minimum wage. So the cost of living doesn't just stay static. It's so stupid.
And I don't know why people don't understand that. It's such an easy concept to grasp if you just think about it for half a second. If you raise any cost to a company, that cost immediately gets transferred to who? The people you make money from. So whatever service you provide, whatever costs. For us,
Because
it's
most of the
gas,
time you
getting to
don't
the
have the
location that we
margin
need
to
get to.
play in that.
Yeah, whatever. It takes a certain amount of money for us to be able to get in the trucks and go to the job site to do the work that we need to do. Well, gas prices keep going up. Inflation keeps going up. Our insurance keeps going up. So guess what our prices have to do in order for us to maintain our doors and keep them open? Our costs have to go up.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had to raise our prices a certain amount to match inflation so we can keep in business and
Deep State
keep that
has
margin in the same distance.
Deep State has a suggestion for how we can lower the cost of things that we buy. We just get them from Shenzhen. Just get them straight from China. Oh wait, we already do that.
Yeah.
So
we
I don't
already
know
get a lot
where
of that
Biden
stuff from
thinks
China.
manufacturing is gonna pick up, especially with the unionization of manufacturing.
Yes.
I mean,
And the fact that
let's be
now
honest,
there are
that's
no
what
tax
destroyed
havens.
manufacturing in America. Oh yeah, the tax havens. Okay, well, let's
Yeah.
get back to that. We talked about this
Yeah.
months ago. We mentioned it yesterday on the show. This was what they did in Ireland. A minimum
Yep.
global 15% tax.
Worldwide.
Because all these evil companies are hiding in these countries that have a lower corporate tax rate. They're hiding from paying their fair share. Oh my
Okay.
God. Shut up
It's
with the
such a-
fair share crap. My fair share is 0.
Yeah.
Because it's completely unfair that you, through the threat of force, come and steal my money.
Yep.
And it goes the same for any business that I run. And any business that anybody freaking runs. You have no right to it.
No. And yet they'll be more than happy to take it all.
Oh,
and leave
yeah.
you with nothing.
They'll gladly get up on their soapbox and tell you corporations should be paying a 50% tax rate. What madness are you spouting?
Can you imagine the inflation if they actually mandated 50% tax?
But
You
but
would
some
not be able
idiots
to
will.
afford a single thing.
There are people who say that. Well, they don't exactly say that for corporations. They say it for the wealthy, right? For the 1%. But that
They need.
it's just as gross as stealing from a poor person.
Okay.
Because they're people,
so-
and you don't have a right to their money. But they'll still talk about raising. I mean, they want to raise corporate taxes.
So this is an absolute true fact that is still true, even though it's 20 years now. Actually, I think it's been true for almost 70 years. The top 1% pay 90% of the taxes for this country. The top 1% pay 90%. 90%.
Yep, and
And
there's
the top
about half the
10%.
country that pays 0.
Yeah, and the rest of the 10%, so say 9% below that, pay the other 9%. That little, like 0.5% that's left, yeah, that's everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you exactly where all the money's coming from. And you want to take more from them. Why? Because they're not you. It's not your money. It would be a lot different if that money was yours. If it was millions upon millions of dollars and they wanted to take millions and millions of it, they're taking and stealing your money.
Mm-hmm. And they're doing that, and they've written the laws such that insider trading is perfectly legal for them,
Yes.
but not anybody else.
No one else.
If you have
But
information
they're okay.
that nobody else has about a corporation, a publicly funded, a public corporation on the stock market, and you use that information to make decisions about the stock market, about your holdings in that company, you will go to jail. It's what happened to Martha Stewart. If you remember that.
It's happened to a lot of people.
It has
Yeah,
happened
she's
to
the
a
most
lot of
famous
people.
one.
But she's probably the most famous because she was, Grandma Martha Stewart,
Yeah.
Now she's, down with Snoop Dogg and all that. But it's what happened to her. But Nancy Pelosi, it's perfectly legal for her to do it. And
Yep,
know
and
that
her
they
husband.
have information because they're freaking
They're sitting on the
Yeah.
chairs.
They're sitting
that
on
decide
financial
decisions like
committees.
that.
Yeah, finance committees and
Military contracts, they award them.
Yes, exactly.
And
That's
guess
the
who
big
they
one, excuse
invest
me.
in? I'm going to invest in McDonnell Douglas because we're going to give them a contract to build the 6th generation
Well, they
fighter.
won't say that. They say, you know what? I think I'm gonna invest in McDonnell Douglas. Oh, huh. Wow. A month later, they got a huge government contract worth billions. Go figure. Man, I really nailed that prediction.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Perfectly legal for them. It's disgusting.
It is.
And then when you call them on it, they're like, this is a country of equality, and I should have equal rights to use the stock market as anybody else. No. You don't. Not on things that you have information on.
Yep.
You shouldn't be allowed. There should, if we have to do it to be fair, sector off the portions of the stock market that you would have information on, and you can't be involved in that.
Or
how
just
many
give it to a funding group. Just give it to a funding group that has no contact with you, you have no influence over, and they do all the investments.
There you go.
Completely legit.
That's an
and
even
fair.
better way.
And then at the end, you get the money after you leave, and then you can invest in any way you want.
Yep.
But while you're sitting in office, if you want to invest, you have to give it to this group.
And they have to use the information that everybody freaking else has.
Yep.
The other thing, how many politicians do you think invested in Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson and Johnson?
Oh, there was a ton. There was an absolute ton.
Yeah.
They were investing in there.
Did you know that Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson and Johnson were the ones who were going to have the vaccine?
No.
Ready in time?
Had I known that, I would have been investing back in February when everything shut down and the stock market crashed.
Yeah.
Instead, I invest in silly things like GameStop and AMC when they were $3 a share, and GameStop was like $2.50 a share.
I mean, you still made probably some good money off that.
Yeah, I sold at 300, so yes.
Yeah.
Granted, I only had like $5 worth of stock in there, so
okay. That's that ain't nothing.
No, it ain't nothing. But I still had to pay taxes on it too.
Yeah.
Do you know how ridiculous that was?
Yes. Again, they got their freaking sticky
Capital
fingers
gains tax.
in everything. In everything.
So JBN has one last question. Do taxes need to be paid on welfare?
I don't
And the answer
know
to that is no. You don't have to pay taxes on welfare. How nice is that? Because it's already been taxed 9 times. What's the
redistribution of wealth?
Yes. I think that kind of wraps things up for tonight, don't you, Matt?
Yeah. The State of the Union is clearly not good.
No,
Whatever
no.
Sleepy Joe wants to say. It is. It is no bueno.
No bueno. No bueno. So.
Yeah. And Lauren Boebert officially won the State of the Union address. So let's clap it up for her. Woo! Good job.
Somebody get her an MVP.
Yep. She won it. That's all there is to it. On that note, you've been watching Plausible Foolishness, the home of the Ruby Empire, where the people are free. The taxes are freaking voluntary, as they should be.
Yes.
But most importantly, we serve freshly roasted liberal logic every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9:30 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness, YouTube, Facebook Live, Rumble, anywhere you can get a podcast, Instagram, and minds.com. Peace out.
Share.
And God bless.
Share.
Yes. See you tomorrow.
They gon' hate me for this one. Hashtag facts are racist. R.I.P. mom, you the greatest. Race to put king and they hate it. Everyone mind about races when they're not the biggest problem we facing. Take a real look at the nation. Single motherhood inflation. With your boys I saw jumping a lady. She only 15, left for bloody and shaking. They wasn't wearing no rags. Nobody waving no flags. You ain't even gotta ask. It's black on black on black on black. Everybody wanna play victim. Blame everything on the system. Be a sad day when it hit them. Life could have been different if you would've listened to the information that we spit. Take it, keep it, chew it for a bit. Hold your head up, brother, never quit. Self-accountability, that's it. That'll get you all to the top. Then you really ball till you drop. Economic growth, man, I'm here to stir the pot. Say you wanna hear the truth, so I put it in a beat. Changing the culture every day of the week. Right now it's more like a vulture. Only prey on the weak, but we are here to expose ya. Going down as I speak. No excuses, can't refuse this honesty that we seek. Y'all be like, facts are racist. Why y'all say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it. Facts are racist. Why y'all say this?